Let's get the
C
party started,
A
baby.
E is in the house.
Cruising down the road, bumping bass, feel the thrill. Subwoofers banging hard, yeah, we're making a scene. Windows down, hair flying, got the vibe, what a chill. Lights flashing bright, we're in a bass machine. The pretty ladies hanging tight inside this rolling show. Every car statement, yeah, we own this night. Let it flow. Get loud, turn it up to shake the ground. Get loud, feel the music all around. Get loud, yeah. Get loud, drop the bass on the crowd. Get low, get down, let it hit the ground. Turn it up, smell the smoke in the air. Crank it up all the way, like you just don't care. Throw that hair. Feel the beat, feel the drive. Let that be tough, feel alive. Bass pounding down the line. Move your body, breaks the time. Let it shake, let it roll. Kick drums echo in your soul. Deep vibrations, take control. Feel the music, make it whole. Get loud, turn it up to shake the ground. Get loud, feel the music all around. Get loud, yeah. Get loud, get loud, get loud, get loud, get
C A
This does. Aha! We have done things. Can y'all see that? Am I on the screen now? Holy crap! I sorted it out. Not that it's a bigger improvement. I mean, I'm still this ugly old country boy, you know. Let's see if that still works. Yeah, there we go. Now we got something going on. This camera is atrocious. This camera was atrocious like 15 years ago. It was a piece of crap then, and it's now a really, really cheap potato. Not even a good Idaho Spud, man. School not work, yeah. What's up, PSC? How are y'all this fine evening? El Fuego is in the house. Where is El Fuego? He sneak in? I don't see him anywhere. He must be let's see. You guys are all on YouTube. Anybody watching from Facebook? Maybe I'm not showing it. I should be showing two different Facebook channels too. So, as I was saying, I want to do, let's see here. I want to do this stuff, and they're going to show up on this screen. I want to do this this texture, and I want to there it is. Oh well. Anyway, and if we go, good, awesome. I'm glad. I am so glad. So I want to do that texture, that light gray texture. I'm thinking about different colored sleeving for the wiring. So let me give you guys the info, okay? So we got black and white as a color scheme for the amplifiers, and the wall is going to be a light gray bed liner texture. So white wire sleeving is probably not ideal. I don't know how well it's going to show up against that. I'll get to your question. Chris, I will get to your question in just a second. So I'm thinking about different colors. So you guys toss up some ideas for, I need two colors to work with. And we got white, gray, and black as our thing. So, and we need some different color combination ideas. Chris Barth said, why a flat wall versus a fourth or a sixth? Okay. The first thing I'd have to say is, have you heard all three? Have you sat in a vehicle that's playing a fourth, a sixth, and a flat wall? That's the first question, because they don't sound the same. Not that one sounds better than the other necessarily, but they don't sound the same. Flat walls tend to be much, much better at playing a long range of tonality. You got a lot. You can get a lot up into the higher bass real easy, and get down into the lows a lot easier. It's just a really good flat tuning across the board. Whereas your fourth and sixth order tend to be a humps. Your sixth has a low hump and a high hump. And most guys, to be honest, that are running a sixth order, it's more of a quasi sixth order, meaning that they're basically just playing the low chamber and the upper chamber is doing nothing. So they're essentially playing a ported enclosure that plays into a chamber. And I'm playing a ported enclosure that plays right against my head. So that's the thing. If you're, the other thing that you can get with a sixth order or a fourth order is the positioning of everything allows you to get more subwoofers inside your cab. So a lot of guys run it just for that reason. Like for me, running 4 15s I could probably put 4 18s in a flat wall, but that would be the absolute max I could possibly fit there. And that would be questionable. Very questionable. But in a sixth order or a fourth order, I could run 6, maybe 8 18s in the Tahoe. And that's why most people that are running fourths and sixths are doing that, so they can get more cone area inside of the vehicle. The subwoofers can lay in a horizontal plane instead of in a vertical plane. Beyond that, the flat wall tends to be a little tighter, a little punchier, and a little bit more musical than the fourths and the sixths. So that's my reasons behind that. Like I said, it's all a matter of taste and what specifically you want to do and what kind of vehicle you're working with. Let's go back here. PSC says, I'll keep watching your live stream feed podcast even when I'm laying down in my hospital bed at Kansas City Medical Hospital in Kansas City. And I'm glad that you'll be there, brother, and we'll be there with you as well. Matthew said, how do I calculate a 28-inch port, 6-inch in diameter with 2 and a box that is 8.29 cubic feet, and that's including my displacement? I am not a mather, okay? So let me show you what I do. Give me a second here to get on the old computer, and I'll show you how I do this. That's not it. It's called what? What's it called? It's called it's not that one. Now I can't find it. I use a calculator, so you can use lots of different ones. The one I've been using, that's what it was. I remember now. Subbox Pro, I think it was. It's just Subbox. Okay, so you go to, let me pull this up over here. Give me a second. Got to figure this out, guys. We got to figure this out. Screen share. Bam. We'll pull it up, and it didn't show. So let me see if I can make that work. So I got my face up here. Oh, I just saw y'all. Y'all jumped in there. Hey, what's up, guys? All right. It's showing up, but now I'm taking over the screen for some reason. Yeah, I finally got the screen fixed, and now it's so fixed I can't do anything else. But go to Subbox Pro and get that. Let's see here. Window. Maybe that'll work. It's not working. Oh, I'm having a, oh, wait. Oh, that's not it. Try that button right there. What does that do? Oh, we now maybe into a circle. Now a tiny square. Anyway, you go to Subbox Pro, and I'll just turn the camera here. Well, maybe I can kind of point the camera over this way. It's not going to show up, but and then go in here and click on make a subwoofer box design, and then you'll have 3 different tabs on the top right hand side. So you select box and put the dimensions in that you can put in, and then select subwoofer and put in the parameters for your subwoofer. Then select port and put in the frequency that you want to tune at, and the change the parameters it'll let you change. It's going to have some of them grayed out, right? When you get done with that, hit calculate, and you'll get a box that it'll show you what you built. Now, it may do something. You can also up on the port, you can change it to right panel, front panel, side panel, slots and rounds. Well, you can put in the dimensions of your enclosure, put in whatever subwoofer you want, put in your port dimensions and the shape, and it'll calculate and tell you the thing that you're not putting in. So it'll come up with the answer that you're asking. So I'm trying to say very badly, and I'm gonna have to totally break this thing and refix it because it is not wanting to cooperate with me tonight. At least I got my camera fixed, and it's very, very fixed. Let me see if I can stop sharing. I don't know. It wouldn't let me share it. It's really weird. It let me share it, but then it's putting it behind somewhere. I don't understand that. These are things I do not understand. I do not understand these things. Okay, let's try to get things working again. A 28-inch port, 6 inches in diameter, with two, and I'm not sure what 2 is, and a box that's 8.29 cubic feet. It's including my first one. Yeah, you're going to have to put it in the calculator and pull it up. Franco Quaid said burn orange. Danny's saying orange. Danny, you would say orange. You're an orange kind of guy. How are you today, sir? Did you see Travis? You see Travis's van, didn't you? He's going to be doing some crazy things in that van. Matthew says sixth order that I'm trying to build for win. Got you. What's your thoughts on the JP63 amps? I have no personal thoughts. I haven't messed with them myself at all. So I can't give you a good educated response to that question. Having said that, from what I've heard from other people, now this may be just hearsay parroting ignorance, okay, so don't take me at any important value, is that the JP amps are kind of sketch. It's like they'll work really good, but then sometimes they just don't. Like I said, I can't speak on them personally. I have no personal experience. So they may be totally great, and I may be totally outside of my element even making a suggestion like that. But you ask, and that's the information that I can give you, whether it's right or wrong, or whether it's good or bad. I haven't heard the best things about that whole line of amps. So that's, I mean, like I said, that could all be wrong, though. Don't put too much credit in that. And for the money, I'll say this, though. For the price you pay for the amplifier, you're getting a lot of power, and they look good. If they're reliable, and they work well, and they last a long time and stuff, if Jonathan is good about handling warranties and returns and all that stuff and takes care of you, then I'd say go for it. That's the ifs. I don't know about those two ifs. PSC, my colors are black and orange. I really considered black and orange because I like orange too. But blue and black is an interesting idea, and I thought about doing that. I had some different ideas. Like I got an itch to do something with a gold color in it. Play It and Live It said, "Hey, sup?" And Ben's BMX gives me a thumbs up. What's up, Ben? Red Dot. So I'm a big fan of yours, and I'll watch your every time you come on. I have 415 Sundown X. Can I build a wall without taking out my back seat? I also have a Tahoe 2011. Yes, you can. Maybe. There's a hashtag. There's a asterisk in there. Okay, so the way you would do it would be, I've already considered that, so that's why I said yes, you can. If you can build it, you need to lay down that back seat to where it's flat, and then get your baffle figured out and see if you can fit the baffle on top of the back seat, between the back seat and the roof. And you can build it on top of the back seat, and then put a eighth, probably a 3/8 inch or something, plywood face to go all the way down to the floor in front of the seats where they fold down on the bottom of that, right down there. And you need to brace that up a little bit and build your wings and whatnot. But yes, you absolutely can. It's just going to limit you on your vertical space on your baffle. That's the one thing that's the tough part, the tough sell. So yes, you can do that. It's theoretically possible. I know it's doable with 12s. I think it's doable with 415s. Play It and Live It says, question for the family here. Which bass output source is best? Optical or optical? I'm thinking you're saying optical out, given that it's a full range, maybe going to the optical input of a DSP, or RCA dedicated subwoofer out. Okay, optical. Is the only real advantage to an op. Now you're going to have a bunch of SQ guys, the ones that put their pinky up in the air and eat the Grey Poupon. They're going to tell you that optical out is the bee's knees. Here's the real truth to that. The only advantage to an optical signal is that it doesn't pick up noise. Okay? If your run is very long and you want to have a good clean signal path from one end to the other, optical will work, as long as the receiver on the other end, which turns that optical signal back into a digital signal, isn't dirty, because then you wasted all that time moving it from one place to the other via optics whenever you're going to turn it right back into a digital signal in the end anyway. If you're making a fairly short run, or if you're using good RCA cables, it's not going to be any difference whatsoever in the signal. None whatsoever. Contrary to the Grey Poupon crowd, it's not going to sound any different. Whichever one's easiest, and just consider that. Whichever one's easiest. If you have a really, really noisy environment, then if you've got the option for optical, use it. Okay? That's my take on it. I was trying to remember the name of that connection. It's got a name, and it's named after the company that actually invented it. Toshiba. I think it was Toshiba. Is it Toshiba? I can't remember that name. Anyway, I want to say it was Toshiba that invented it, but I could be wrong about that. Jimmy Barrett says, if I have dual input amp, do I have to run dual wires from under the hood, or can I run a dual wire from my Banger 5K to amp in a single run? Yes. You can. You're not going to be pulling. If you're running a stock alternator or even a 300 amp alternator, a single run of alt gauge will carry that power back to your battery. Your battery is going to be putting out the high current. So it's all you need, run two. If you're running like a 5 or 6 or 7,000 watt amplifier, that's 500 to 700 amps of power and burst. You need 2 runs minimum of alt gauge. So yeah, you want to run 2 from the battery and then 1 to the battery. That's totally fine. Me personally, I already know what I would do, because that's what I did. I run 2 runs from the front to the back, and then I run splitters. Sometimes I run splitters, or I'll just run 2 from the battery but you don't have to. 1 run to the front to the back, and then 2 to the amp is totally fine. So yes, the answer to that question is not multiple choices. It's yes, will work either way. I'm so bad. Hey, question. Does Carmel in Springfield, Missouri do custom boxes and hats? You betcha. They absolutely will. Charles Charles still holds a couple of world records, and he's the one that designs and builds the enclosures for Carmel. So if you want to, Charles Estes, if you want to look him up, you can find him. But get a hold of Carmel. Tell him I sent you. Tell him to build you an awesome enclosure, and he will. Charles is one of the best you're going to find that actually will work for people. Most of the guys that are really good, they don't work. They just do it for themselves, you know. So yes, he was. Matthew said, I think I figure out what you mean. I understand the box built a little. All right, no problem, man. Yeah, no problem. 12volt.com. Yeah, 12volt.com works pretty good. I'll tell you what, man, when it comes to box design tools, when you find one that you understand and that you can operate, right? That's the best one there is. The best. It is the best one there is. Because some of them are kind of convoluted and hard to figure out. If you find one that works for you, that you can understand how to operate it and you can get good results out of it, that's the very best one that you can possibly get. So I agree, brother. JP63. He said he's had his JP63s for 3 years, no issues. There you go. Like I said, I can't really speak on them. I can only tell you what I've heard, and that's not usually not good, reliable stuff. My wall where it's tuned, he said, how many cubic feet net is my wall where it's tuned? It was 16. It was 16 to start with, and adding the port knocked out a couple of Qs. I want to say it's around between 13.5 and 14. I don't know exactly. 13.5 and 14 is pretty close. And where is it tuned? At 28 hertz. And it's got a nice flat, nice flat response. It's crazy, dude. It's got like 3 decibels of deviance between 25 hertz and 100 hertz. It's that nice of a hump there. Toslink, yes. John Video said Toslink. Yeah, it was Toshiba. So that was an invention from Toshiba. It was originally Toshiba Link. Thank you for reminding me. I was right about the Toshiba. I just couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah, it was just a connector designed by Toshiba. Nothing, and it really doesn't do anything special. It's just another way of moving the same information. Yeah, Toslink. So I'm so bad. I'm doing one for 612s FIs on 2 15Ks. So 5,000 watts a piece. That's gonna bust the heads, man. That's gonna rip the hat right off your head. No kidding. Be a nice setup, man. I want to see it. I want to experience it. Where about you at? I'm so bad. I'll get you to come down here and give me a demo when you get that thing done. Play it and live it. Another question. Something that puzzles me. My voltage for my system is at 14.1 when it's beating hard, but at my amp voltage meter drops down to 12.9. Now, it's called a voltage drop. It's real simple, brother. There's not a lot you can do about it. If the conductor from where your voltmeter is reading this far from the source, and then where your amp is reading is this far from the source, and that 8 or 10 feet or 12 feet of wire will cause the voltage to drop. Every inch will add a little bit more voltage drop. So, and you might think, well, it can't be that. Yeah, it is. It's that much. It is that much. You can lose a volt over the length of a vehicle, a whole volt, which you're saying 14.1 and essentially 13. That's a volt. That's normal-ish. That is exactly why You want to have your main source of power that your amp is pulling from when it's doing work as close to that amplifier as you can possibly get it. That run as short as possible, because every inch of wire you add to it lowers your voltage. And the lower your voltage is, the more amperage you have to pull to get the same watts. So if you have more voltage, you can pull less amperage and still get lots of watts. But if your voltage drops, you got to pull more amperage to compensate to get the same watts. And the more amperage you're pulling, the hotter that wire's getting, it's going to cause the voltage to drop even more and the amperage to get resistance and everything, and it all cascades into bad things. High voltage is good. Low voltage is bad. Always. So yes, hopefully that helps you. Basically, what that means is get your power, your batteries, right by the amplifier. Get them as close as you can get them. That's going to solve your problem. Go Trunk Thunder, get one of these guys. Coupon code CAE10, save 10%. Just get a 5K. That's going to hook you. I don't know how much power you're pulling. You didn't tell me, but yeah, get one of those. Fix you right up. Robert, what's up, Robert? I'm going to do 7 Rockford Fosgate P3s with 1K amp. You can absolutely do that. Guys, I'm going to tell you, power does not necessarily equal louder. What? It really doesn't. What dictates how loud your stuff's going to get is the enclosure. When I say the enclosure, that means the car, the box, the wall, the windows, everything that's in the car, where it's all positioned. All that stuff is in the enclosure. Okay. The enclosure and the cone area which you're moving air. Those are the two things that are going to determine how loud you're going to get. Doubling and tripling your power is going to add some to it, but not nearly as much as you think. A couple thousand watts can do crazy things in a vehicle with the right enclosure and the right cone area. Bobby B is in the house. I'm so bad. Yeah, I live in Marshfield, 30 minutes away. I know where Marshfield is. Yo, I know about Marshfield. I know Marshfield. What's up? No Marshfield. I got a demo in your old setup. Same basement. Oh, it is you. Okay, cool. I had so many people in there I wouldn't remember for sure. But I'm glad. That was cool. EXO, man, he's a cool guy too. Play it and live is okay. Thank you. You got a video? All right, bet. You're going to have to put that. Send me the video. Just send it to me. Bobby said, I'm in the house. I am in the house. You got done shoving all the nachos in your face, huh? Yeah. Franco, I've been in hatchback cars that have blown me away with a little bit of watts. Guys, I saw, I got it on video. It's on one of my videos. It was 2 guys that were in the same class. They're both in a 1,000-watt class. I watched these guys both hit 150 dB and higher. 150, I believe they got up into the mid-50s on 1,000 watts with a single subwoofer. Yeah, 1,000 watts, single sub, doing over a 50. It's all about the box. These guys, one of the things they look at is quarter wave. And the quarter wave requires a little bit of math. If you want to figure this out, you just Google quarter wave theory in our audio and absorb, okay? But here, I'll give you the broke, bent, kindergarten version. Speed of sound, the note you're playing, it might be 30 feet long, right? That's the speed of sound, which means as that note's playing, it takes 30 feet for that note to go down, up, and back down to the middle again. Starting at the middle, down, up, and back down to the middle, making one shape like an S, right? One S is, say at 30 hertz, for example, this is just a number, is 30 feet long, okay? Well, that won't fit in your car, right? So then you want to know what the half a wave is, which is where it goes up and back down to the middle. That's a half wave. And a quarter wave is where it goes up and stops at the top. You can also break it down even further than that to an eighth wave. But the point is, you figure out what the quarter wave is in your vehicle from the position of the sub box to where the microphone is going to be. Okay? You figure that out, what that quarter wave is, and you find out what frequency that quarter wave is. And that's where you tune your box to. And that allows the wave to completely mature by the time it gets to the microphone, and that's going to give you the maximum amount of sound pressure at that particular frequency on just the tiniest bit of power. That's basically how it works. That's the kindergarten version of it. There's a whole lot more to it, but hopefully that gave you guys something. So yes, that's why Preco. The reason you guys heard about the Honda CRX, that's basically a cheater car. The reason is the quarter wave in the CRX. It's just the right, for the notes that are played, it's the right length and everything works. And it just, you can put a 6-inch speaker on 100 watts in a CRX and do a 50, no problem. They're absolutely ridiculous. But that's what that's all about. You get lucky and get one just by luck. You end up with the same scenario, just got lucky and it's really loud. Elfrain I cannot pronounce that. Villasenor. Yep. I'm just going to go with Ephraim. Just want to say I enjoy watching your videos. Very educational and I learn a lot. Look, I do not know a lot. I know a little about a lot. And the way I learn things is by taking a complicated thing and breaking it down into something simple that my brain can process. And then I expand upon it once I have it figured out, the basics. Well, I can usually explain what's in my head pretty good. And that basic chunk that I've developed it into is easier to give to somebody else. And so that's what I try to do. There's so much more than what I know. I'm just giving you the basics, something you can build on. All right. Find a better source of information to get more details and learn all the good stuff. I'm just giving you a root ball of foundational information that will help give you the idea of whether or not you want to dive into it and learn more. So I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. So bad. The setup I have right now, I got a 152 with a single sundown 15 on 2K. That's solid, man. Anything over a 50 is putting in work, especially when you're looking at 2,000 watts. That's a hard number to hit. 50 can really, really get you. Sound is muffed up. Oh, man, that's probably messing with my microphone. Thank you, Bobby. You're always looking out, man. Oh no. Oh, no. It's the crazy person. Y'all look. Oh, holy crap. It's Mrs. Car Audio. Have a great night. She just got in. See, y'all, that's what's up. I love it. I love you too, dear. In my Focus hatchback, I do a 150.4 on a single 15 Smart 3K. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you get that quarter wave figured out, because see, it matters. You've heard people talk about how you can angle a subwoofer into the corner of a trunk and like get more out of it. There's reasons for that. Okay, that's true. That can work. The reason it works is the other thing. Back to that quarter wave thing, right? Whenever you bounce that sound off the back of the car, and now it's coming back forward again, that allows you to get a longer frequency inside the cabin of the vehicle. And you can get, and it just, you want to end up The idea was you want to end up on with the notes you want to hear, either at a quarter or a half or a full wave when it gets to your head. That's the ideal scenario, right? If you like playing 28 hertz, then you need to figure out where, whether your vehicle's got a quarter wave or an eighth wave or whatever of 28 hertz. And if so, where does that speaker need to be in there or in relation to the position you want to hear it at? How far does it need to be away? Do you need to bounce it off something and come back? All these things are relevant. And this stuff right here is what separates the golden box builder from somebody who uses a program and just goes with the numbers. This is what separates them. You got the guy that uses the program, uses the software, gets good numbers, and then goes with it. He built a good box. Okay. The golden box builder builds the car. That's the difference. They're building the car. They're working with the whole thing, and they're building a component to go in there to work with that vehicle specifically. That's where the difference is. That's the difference between a short order cook and a chef. They both make the same food. One tastes way better. That's why. So, I sent you the video on Facebook. Okay, let me see. Oh, I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see notes. Oh, I know what you did. Hold on a second. You probably sent it to me my car audio enthusiast page. Give me a second. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Okay, and what's we got here? Let me see. Y'all bear with me. I don't know if I can oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is right there, y'all. There. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, wait. Damn it, that guy's loud. Oh, I wish I could pull it up, guys. But I can't get this thing to work for some stupid reason. It's not wanting to do the thing it's supposed to do. And like, damn. That's it right there. But it ain't. Oh, now it's going to work. Y'all heads up. Here we go. We're going to play it. I got it to work finally. Let me see if I can make it bigger. I don't think so. Okay. Y'all have to look. You got to squinch. Maybe. I'm surprised I got it to work, so I'm just going to let it play. Here we go, guys. Watch this.
The same color as the sky, diamonds in the face.
Yeah, baby. Oh, goodness gracious alive. Thank you for sending me that, man. I've actually got that video somewhere from my perspective. Let's see what we got going on here now. Thank you for sending me that. Franco Quaid says, so an extended cab truck, you'd be looking for like an eighth wave. Not necessarily. You might be able to get a quarter wave, but it'd probably be an eighth. It'd probably be a half of a quarter. Yeah. And what kind of truck? It's probably going to be like 27, 28 hertz. That's what it's probably going to be. I'll tell you right now. Extended cab truck, it's usually pretty dang low. It's in the high 20s usually. Full size extended cab, yeah. But that same meat, I got myself smoking. Brother, welcome to Bayside, man. That's what it's all about. If you ain't smoking it, you ain't trying hard enough. I'm gonna tell you. Although I got to say those F-Bonds 302s, I never let smoke out of any of them. They just played and played and played and played and played. I wished I could have afforded to have gotten 415s. I would have absolutely got 4 of those 15s and those that same design. Is you can throw 2,000 watts at them things forever and ever and ever, and they just flat out do not care. The F-150, yeah, that's Lowe's, baby. That's Lowe's. I can tell you the note. I don't know the frequency, but I can tell you the note. I put on the last note. I put on from the city. I put on that song. The last note, the lowest note. That's your quarter note. That's your note right there. Yep, that's it. Tune for that. Figure out what the frequency that is, and that's your frequency. It'll tear your freaking head off if you get it right. Oh, you guys have been awesome. Y'all trimmed me right up. I needed to talk. It depends on where your box is, man. It's like an F-150, it's kind of easy because it's only got so much space to put a box. It's got to be behind the front seat, and there's only about a foot or two back there that you can put it in. So it's easy, but you're talking about an SUV, it depends on where the box is. So if you move that enclosure, as you move it forward, you're going to change pitch. You're going to change keys. So you're starting out at the back, you might be hitting a half note at 40 hertz, and then come up to the front, you may be hitting a quarter note at 25 hertz. It just depends on where the box is, and also whether that sound is bouncing off of something else and getting there first. All that stuff comes into play, man. You got to do your math. You take the speed of sound, and I forget how there's a simple math equation you can use. It involves the speed of sound and how many feet per second, right? And then the frequency, how long that frequency is, and then that gives you the exact distance it takes for that frequency to go whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's the whole note, and then you just cut it in half and cut it in half again to get the half and the quarter. That's the messed up version of the right thing. I'm so bad. If I would have blew it, I would have bought another one there and put it in and kept playing. Damn right, man. Ain't no sense in backing out. Once you've gone that far, you might as well get on down. The Slapz amp. We'll check it. Yeah, man. The equation's not hard, dude. The equation is not hard. Just you just got to get it to scratch. If I had it in front of me, I could walk you through it, but it's not. That's not hard. Even I can figure it out, and I suck at maths. Maths is not my jam. We want to talk about amps, he said. So let's see if we can get it pulled up here. Let me switch back over to the death sentence, because I don't know, man. This last time we had a hard time with this. It took me forever to get it worked out. But maybe we'll be lucky and things will just work. So the two amps I'm getting is the Slapz Mini Micro, which is this one right here. It is a 160 watt by 4 amplifier. This guy right now sells for $99.99. That's an absolutely killer deal for 160 watt by 4. And if you're running 2 ohms, you can do 200 watts by 4 on this little guy. And then go ahead and have my discount, and you're going to knock another $5 off there. So going over here to this one, this is the Shock 8K. This is the subwoofer amp that I'm going to run. Let's see here. Got the big view. We'll go to this view. That's a top-down view. And it looks a lot like, the first thing I thought of when I saw this is it looks like a sundown full bridge. It looks just like a sundown full bridge. Like different words. And I can't say that enough. But interestingly enough, it is not like a sundown full bridge. It is more akin to a tar amps amplifier. You can see the insides. I know sundown full bridge is kind of that same thing, but they based this off of the tar amps design. So it's a pretty solid amplifier. It does its power. It's got the dual ends, dual grounds and dual positives. I do like the fact that the positives are in the middle and then the grounds are on the outside. That kind of allows the wires to be symmetrical. That's something that bugs me about some amplifiers. So, yeah. Uh, and it's got the Tiffany style connections down here on the end. It's got a double sets of outputs. Plus, you got a clip light. You got a power, clip, and a protect light. And you got the telephone style remote. Does come with their remote. So if you guys are looking for, now I can tell you also from, I've seen 3 different demos on this, 3 different dynos on this amplifier. And it's supposed to be rated at 8,000 watts. It makes around 7,000 and a little change. It doesn't quite hit 8,000 watts. It will accidentally hit 8,000 watts on dynamic, but normally it runs around 7,500 and a little higher. Still, and that was on the dynos. They may have had a power problem on the dynos too, but it's not going to jump up there and do like 10K, right? But you're still looking at a good sensitivity up to 5 volts. Nice little setup. Got the high pass filter, the low pass filter. It's got that nasty old bass boost, which we don't care about. 9 to 16 volts operating range. You know, I mean, it's a nice little rig. It's also relatively small. And the best part is it's $344. Now, where can you get a good, solid, pretty much 8,000 watt amp for $344? Is it half ohm stable? I do not think so. But let me see if I can find out. It does not give half ohm ratings. Hang on a minute. Make sure. I don't want to speak on that. I haven't studied it. It's not really something that I think whenever they were dynoing it, they tested it down in the half ohm range, and it did test at that range, but it's not listed in that. It's half ohm. It lists as 1 ohm, 2 ohm, and 4 ohms. All it's showing. So I wouldn't recommend doing it, but the dyno, they did test it on the dyno. One of the dynos, I don't remember who it was, but he did test it at half an ohm, and it did numbers. It did over 8,000 watts at a half an ohm, but I wouldn't recommend it. No, it's a 1 ohm amp, 1 ohm, 2 ohm, or 4 ohm. It does good. It's good numbers. Decent amplifier for $350, man. You ain't going to beat that very quickly. But that one and the 2 of the 4 channels is what I'm going to be running. Let's see here. What did we do? We did. Oh, there we go. And I'm so bad. My friend was there. Hold on a minute. My friend was there too. He had 2 V2 audio XMV318s on 2 8Ks. Oh, that's nasty. That's deeply nasty, man. I don't remember there was so much going on that day, dude. That was a very, very busy day. So I'm sorry if I can't just whip that up, but I cannot. You guys, I want to, next year, I'll probably switch to these guys. I'm going to run these Oblivions this year. I may keep running them. I don't know. But if everything goes right, next year, I'll be running Smackdowns. So, I tell you, I'm going to try the Oblivions out first. The Smackdowns are like crazy subs at $419 a piece. They are big boy subs, 3,000 watt RMS. Nastiness. They got an 18 too. I won't be doing that. I'm not going to pull this box out anytime soon, so we won't be rocking 15s. I can't wait to hear what I got going on right now, man. I'm looking forward to this big time. Well, guys, it has been real and it has been fun. And if you guys have any more questions, throw them at me right now and we'll get them answered. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to throw them out there before we sign off. I'm thinking blue and black might be what I go with, man. Earlier, we were talking about the colors. I'm thinking blue and black might be what I jam. Because blue is kind of a color that can kind of go with the black and gray thing really well. It'll show up, but not be too crazy. Maybe found a nice light blue, a nice baby blue. Yeah, be jamming. I'd be jamming, guys. Bobby says, stay safe, everyone. Send video of the truck. Yeah, I'll check it out in a minute, brother. I'll look at it here when I get off. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night.
E is in the house.
Cruising down the road, bumping bass, feel the thrill. Subwoofers banging hard, yeah, we're making a scene. Wind was down, hair flying, got the vibe, what a chill. Lights flashing bright, we're in a bass machine. With pretty ladies hanging tight inside this rolling show. Every car statement, yeah, we own this night. Let it flow. Get loud, turn it up to shake the ground. Get loud, feel the music all around. Get loud, yeah. Get loud, drop the bass on the crowd. Get low, get down, let it hit the ground. Turn it up, smell the smoke in the air. Crank it up all the way, like you just don't care. To float that hair. Feel the beat, feel the drive. Let that be talk, feel alive. Bass pounding down the line. Move your body, brace the time. Let it shake, let it roll. Kick drums echo in your soul. Deep vibrations, take control. Feel the music, make it whole. Get loud, turn it up to shake the ground. Get loud, feel the music